Well, thanks very much, and
just hold it down
nice,
time,
it's nice
or-
and cool in here. Just walked over from the Capitol building. It's hot today, but appreciate it. And we've been just kind of energy and commerce on. I think we had seven minutes we just went through and passage of a bill getting out of committee. But one of the things that I serve on telecom, and it's very, very important, is what you're talking about is spectrum right now in the need. Yesterday we had a hearing. We had quite a few people in. You might have read in some of the Hill newspapers this morning as to what concerning the D-block and what we're going to do about public safety. But what my bill is HR 1622, and it's a voluntary relinquishment by broadcasters of some of the spectrum out there that they would be compensated for. And that's one of the big parts of this, is that we want to make sure that they are compensated, and it's not involuntary. Because there's such a need out there right now for spectrum, that's what this bill addresses, to get that out there. And you know, when you're looking at on the spectrum issue, what it can do is really it's about jobs too. Number one, you know, when you look at the technology that's out there, we can put more people back to work out in the United States by making the product that people are going to have. You know, when you look at what you carry around with you, it's very, very important that we get more people out there working. And on the second is that we can be reducing the deficit by the sale of the excess spectrum out there at this time. Because what we'd be doing, of course, is that we fairly compensate those that would relinquish spectrum right now. And at the same time, that whatever that would not go to pay them would go back into the treasury to reduce the deficit. So it's a very, very important issue right now. And there's going to be a lot of discussion because we're working on this piece of legislation. The Energy and Commerce Committee right now is working on what we're going to be doing, especially in telecommunications, and spectrum will be part of that overall bill. And so in talking with Chairman Upton, you know, we've got the bill out there so we can start getting the issue out to the folks that are very, very interested on the spectrum side. And with that, if anybody has any questions, I'd be very happy to try to answer them if anybody has a question.
Hi, Representative. When are we going to see an Android version of your app?
Yes, well, I tell you what, we're trying to keep up on everything that we can possibly do, especially on the new media caucus. Well, it's hard, you know, down here it's hard. You can't keep track of those. A month ago, 6 months ago, or a couple of years ago, we were out in Silicon Valley and meeting with all the folks out there, especially the smaller companies, as to the products that they're bringing out and bringing to market. And it was absolutely amazing what's happening out there. And the other thing that we always have to also deal with is with Frankie and making sure that everything that we do, we can get approved. But really, I don't think that the House or Congress in general has really kept up where the new media is going. So as you know, as we keep going, we're going to keep pushing because again, we have to get out the information to the American people, the media that they're using. And it's not the old, you know, prison mail and you get delivered in 7 days. So, you know, we're really pushing to keep this thing going because otherwise, again, we're way behind where our constituents are.
In terms of spectrum and using it as a means of raising revenue, how do you see the breakdown going in terms of R&D versus public first responder networks? Or how would you like that to be decided?
Well, if you're talking about like on the D block, you know, the committee hearing that we held yesterday, I think we had, it was either 5 or 6 witnesses, a very, very good hearing that we had, because the question as to what's happened since 9/11 and what they were trying to do at that time. It's you know, again, I hate to say this in Washington, but it sounds like we just wasted about 9 years and about $13 billion that we're not getting back. And so almost like we're starting from scratch on this. And so that's where the subcommittee right now on telecom is going. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do there, especially on the D block, and you know, how much we're going to need to be allocated right now, and how much of that can be allocated to someone else, or how much we can get for itself.
One question, how long would you predict it's going to take the United States Congress to do its work? This session, or is it going to
point in that.
You know, I hope that would be the session, because I think that, especially in E&C, that we were going to build crafted this year, and so as we're working forward, I hope to see that we can get that in this session.
Well, Congressman, thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, appreciate it.
We're looking forward to
Thanks
the
very much.
Android version of the app. So
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.